Daniel Lewa, what's your favorite MCU TV show?
Friendly Neighborhood Spider, X-Men 97, Werewolf by, there's too many good ones.
Well, today we're gonna see if your favorite MCU shows rank high based on their minifigures in Lego alone. We're doing just shows that are considered the MCU by Wikipedia.
Yeah, some of their inclusions may be a little questionable, but we'll just go with it.
Wikipedia classifies these TV shows right here as the MCU. However, these are the ones that do not contain any minifigures. You may be wondering, well, we do have a Daredevil minifigure, we do have a Luke Cage minifigure, we do have a Iron Fist minifigure, and we do have a Punisher minifigure, but those minifigures are not specifically based off of their TV shows, so they're not counted. We have Agent Coulson. He's just from a comic book based set. I just want to say this really quickly, Daniel. I think we need Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Lego sets.
Oh, amazing. I really hope so.
That was a fun show. So let's start with the worst. And guys, please take this with a grain of salt. It's just our opinion, but Echo has one minifigure. The main thing, Daniel, it has a lot of detail and like cool parts usage with the prosthetic leg. My main issue is, as a comic book fan who knows who Echo is, I couldn't look at this minifigure at face value and tell you that is Echo.
It's nicely detailed, though. I think it's exquisitely done. Is it a great representation of the character from the show? Honestly, probably, if she was eating a shish kebab, and it makes me kind of hungry. But as far as these figures go, it's just not up there.
Second to last, which is recognizable, you could tell who this is, which is a great thing, She-Hulk. I actually love this minifigure. I think the main reason is I don't love her suit in her TV show in the MCU. It has the MCU over-design problem. You think of She-Hulk and you think of her classic, just simple leotard. And translating it over to Lego just adds all these MCU lines, etc.
Yeah, and it feels a little messier on the figure itself, like on the pants. It's like, are they pockets? Are they just some random textures? Like, what's going on? But, I mean, they gave it their best shot. Dual molded arms and legs and printing everywhere. And for that, it's in this spot. We have the Werewolf by Night himself with the Bloodstone. This is sick. This is an amazing figure. I love it.
I mean, this one could also just work as a werewolf for any of your medieval or fantastical Lego displays that you make. It does kind of suffer from like a really big kind of crop top or whatever you want to call that. It's pretty large. Other than that, the figure just works perfectly. Hairy arm printing, the ripped pants. It's not too over designed. And it also helps that the TV special was pretty good. And we are taking the TV specials into account for the shows because I want them to be in here somewhere.
Well, why is it so low then, bro? You're saying it's so great.
The issue is it's just the one, because we want to think about representation for the show. There is no Elsa Bloodstone. There is no Man-Thing. Some other characters that could have fleshed it out. But I think everyone else above it is just better represented.
Up next, we have Hawkeye and Kate Bishop representing the show Hawkeye.
This is probably my favorite Hawkeye figure because the closest like comic book looking one based on the Matt Fraction run of Hawkeye that they quote unquote base the TV show off of. So that's pretty cool. And Kate Bishop looks just accurate as a comic book minifigure as well. So it's really clean. It's really nice. It kind of ranks a teensy bit lower down here because Hawkeye got the plain legs, which you don't really want to see in a CMF. But overall, I think we're just in the good category now. Like we're in a category now where nothing is really that bad.
Yeah, the owl's a fun little inclusion as well.
Kate Bishop also comes with Lucky the Pizza Dog as well. It's great representation of the show. Next up, we have Loki. Just Loki season 1 has minifigures, but man, they are awesome. I especially like the Loki.
Yeah, that Loki, that's just something that's so surprising and, you know, in a very pleasingly surprising way to get. Like a TVA uniform of Loki, something I would have expected from Lego, but CMF afforded them the outlet to do it.
But then Sylvie also got the plain legs, and she got the full green sword. It doesn't really look accurate to the show, so that's kind of holding it back a teensy bit. But the Loki with the pleated pants, the sock tie, everything is absolutely perfect. TVA cup and Throg figure. Up next, we have the Guardians Holiday Special. Like we said, we are taking the specials into account. This is from the Advent calendar that says Guardians of the Galaxy Special on the box. However, I don't remember seeing Nebula in this sweater or Drax. I remember Mantis was wearing a Christmas sweater, but she came in the Advent calendar with just her regular garb. The reason it's high up is because we actually have 6 minifigures representing the special, which is really nice. And the Thanos and Dancing Groot sweaters are too good, bro.
Yeah, it's funny they did the Dancing Groot sweater for Drax because in the actual special, he has like a cat with laser eyes, which they could have done. All in all, though, it is a fun representation of the characters from a TV special, and that's just not commonly something we would get from Lego. Up next, Captain America, Sam Wilson, and the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh, these are both absolutely phenomenal. So well done. Just great representations of both of these guys. Honestly, one of our best Bucky figures. The one from Winter Soldier might be my favorite, but this Captain America, Matt and I did say that this is like the best version of Sam Wilson we've ever got as well. So why is this not number one?
It's hard because the Captain America Sam Wilson is just beyond perfect. Bucky, I don't know if they could have improved him anymore because this is just what he looks like in the show. So I think it's the show's fault for kind of giving him an average leather looking suit. But it does look awesome, especially his Wakanda vibranium arm. Just so dope. It makes it one of the, like you said, best Bucky minifigures. But I don't think it's low. I just think we're getting into some more epic stuff.
You're saying Lego needs to do better and be better. Okay.
Next up, we have X-Men 97. Good selection of minifigures. Well, I don't really know how good the selection is. You may be wondering, where are the X-Mansion minifigures? It's a really tough gray area because those figures are kind of the X-Men 90s show specific. For example, Storm has long hair, Bishop has long hair. So those are kind of not X-Men 97 specific minifigures. The ones in the CMF and the ones that came in the X-Jet that says X-Men 97 on the box are the specific X-Men 97 minifigures. Of course, the CMF ones are carrying it with the large amount of detail. Wolverine actually has hairy arms and dual molded legs, and Beast looks amazing, and Storm, her cape piece is dope. But this Magneto grew on us, Daniel Lewa. Maybe after watching the show, but the Zesty Magneto actually did grow on us just a teensy bit.
It really did. It's honestly a pretty cool version of the character. And it goes to show the minifigures with IP tie-in related things are only half the story. It's when you pair it with how they're actually represented on screen is when you kind of really feel the weight of them. You really feel how epic and cool they are. And maybe we felt that with Hawkeye too. If that show had been something that we had liked more, maybe those figures would have been a little higher up on this list. But yeah, the great selection for X-Men 97. But man, does it make us just want literally every X-Men from that show, because...
And especially the villains like Bastion and Mr. Sinister. We're really wanting some more villains, so... Get on it, the Lego group, and start pumping out more X-Men figures.
Okay, we're into the top 3. All 3 of these, I think, are really, really good. And this is Moon Knight and Mr. Knight from the show Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah, this is a little bit of bias because we actually do love Moon Knight comics, and we even like the show, which may be controversial. Some people actually didn't like the show, but it was just fun to see creative things, risk-taking things from the MCU with different visions. But man, are these 2 minifigures perfect. I think we praise them so much on our channel. Like, we really don't got to say much, but Mr. Knight does a similar thing to Loki where he has clean design, not over-design, but you can still see all the little details in his tie and everything. And Moon Knight, I wouldn't change a single thing. Perfectly represents that mummified MCU version of the character.
So happy that they were able to include him and give him the CMF treatment. I honestly was all Marvel characters could get that collectible minifig treatment, but we consider this guy one of our top, if not the top Marvel minifigure of all time. It would have been cool to see some of the other characters from the show on here 100%, like even getting a Khonshu minifig would have been crazy.
Second to last place, runner-up, is What If, which is kind of not fair, but it is fair because it has a lot more minifigures than a lot of the TV shows. It had sets, it had CMF figures. I'll just say my favorite ones: Zombie Captain America, Red Skull, Zombie Spider-Man, Watcher.
My favorites, Peggy Carter, Spider-Man, and honestly Goliath is kind of a sleeper pick. I think it's just a wild one out of left field, but they really went hard with it, and it's awesome. I don't know if I completely agree with this being second. It represents so much of What If here really well. I would honestly say this could be a first place pick, but Methuselah has decided.
But you just said earlier this video about the significance of the characters outside of minifigure form.
Yes, that's true.
So
that's true.
If What If was a 10 out of 10 show, this would be the best thing ever. But the fact is, the Marvel Zombies was underwhelming. The fact is, Goliath played such a minor role. Like, the fact is, I take the cape off the zombie Spider-Man Slayer because I don't want it to be the zombie episode, because I don't like this series, and that's just subjective. Amazing looking, like, Gamora figure and T'Challa Star-Lord, but do we care about those characters all too much?
No, that's a very, very good point. And number 1, we care about the figures a lot more. That is WandaVision.
Sing it. Sing the song. WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Yeah, I guess so. This Agatha specifically from WandaVision, not from Agatha all along. Maybe you could count it that, but that's what it's from. And I think just the minifigures hit on all cylinders. Am I wrong, Daniel Lewa? Like maybe the Monica is a little disappointing with plain legs. That's what she's wearing in the show is pretty much plain black pants. But I love her hair. But the other three, Agatha, Wanda, and White Vision, are to die for.
No, all of these are great. And even Monica, I think, is pretty well done and representative of how she's in the show. And I'm pretty sure they made that new hairpiece just for this character, which represents it super well. White Vision, oh, one of the best minifigures, period, ever. Just look at that guy. We are missing like just a regular Vision from this lineup, just his version from WandaVision, kind of casual Vision would have been pretty cool. But Agatha, on point. Scarlet Witch, on point. There's just nothing bad that we can say about any of these, really.
I think the nice thing is, and a lot of these TV shows on here don't do this, is we have the hero, quote unquote hero, and the villain. And a lot of these don't have that. Moon Knight, Hawkeye, She-Hulk, Loki have an actual villain in it. So that's what makes it feel a little bit more complete. I don't think it's all about how many minifigures you have, but the quality and representation. Mike, like you said, we are missing a regular Vision and possibly like some of the older TV series looking versions of them, and maybe black and white would be super dope. Yeah, I think this ranks #1, but let us know in the comments if we're completely wrong.
Yeah, all of these are so cool. It's funny though how a lot of the show specific characters have gotten a much better Lego real life treatment than the movie figures. I know they're trying to do the Marvel Studios, CMFs and everything, but I just hope that they can spread the love a little further, get that Nutella over all of the bread basically, and so we could see more of the kind of mainline movie figures also represented so well.
Like I said on the Brick Hour podcast, it seems a teensy bit backwards that we have such a detailed White Vision, but we don't even have one Iron Man or Captain America, Steve Rogers, in this level of detail. But I understand what happened and why they did it, but like make an Infinity Saga CMF or something like that. Let us know if we missed anything. Really appreciate the comments on our last minifig to Marvel movies ranking, because that's going to help us in the future. I want to do a combined all MCU projects ranked on their minifigures. So thanks for leaving those notes so we can make our next videos even better.
It's going to be a hard one. What isn't hard is thanking our channel members who are...
I'm Lidme, MC Goat, Richie Rage, Uncle Michael, Uncle Norman, Mary Kay, Oliver J, The Ginger Lender, Cesar, Shui Lee, Grandma Susan, and Norman Davis, as well as Dr. Dan PhD. Thank you so much for being channel members on the channel. Thank you so much for leaving a subscribe and like on the video.
And all of you lovely viewers out there, if you made it this far, you are a real one. Comment Froki in the comments below and you will be recognized as such.
And if you made it this far, comment Throg. Hashtag Throg.
Shamoy.